vastness, dimensions, a man that opens himself to the Spirit of God, showcasing an ultimate experience of the will of God made manifest, effecting change and aligning the course of nations. A prophet, decrypting secrets and attuning frequencies, casting light to bring peace and stability the worldwide. 12th January 2024.
Well, now this one, I just entered into it and then I saw it was an international health scandal, which affected a lot of health organizations. How many people are working in health organizations here? Health organizations. Health, you see it? Okay? Health organizations. I want you to be alert here, because actually this concerns you majorly. Not even them, but you. You understand? Because you are the first person to be protected and preserved, but also to be increased. That when we turn things around, they are to affect you positively, not negatively. While others affected, they not actually affect you. That is the reason why we come here with such things. You understand that?
1 year, 10 days later.
What is this one?
Withdrawing from the World Health Organization, sir?
Ooh, that's a big one. So we paid $500 million to World Health when I was here, and I terminated it. China with 1.4 billion people. We have 350 to pay. We have, nobody knows what we have because so many people came in illegally, but let's say we have 325. They had 1.4 billion. They were paying 39 million, we were paying 500 million. It seemed a little unfair to me. So that wasn't the reason, but I dropped out.
Thank you, Jesus. I'll read it as I wrote it. I saw a major health scandal which affected a lot of health organizations across the globe. And I could see trust being lost in major states in the US.
Breaking news hit the entire world, where Donald Trump, President of the United States of America, signed an executive order to withdraw the USA from the World Health Organization. Ideally, this move significantly stalled the operations of the WHO, since the USA was a major player in funding the World Health Organization.
The World Health Organization on Tuesday said it regrets US President Donald Trump's decision to withdraw the country's membership of the organization.
The U.S. is the WHO's top funder, contributing $1.2 billion to the organization from 2022 to 2023.
The prophet details it as an international health scandal, where most states got affected by this withdrawal by the United States of America. Prophet Ronie Kabwama meticulously details a loss of trust from across the world over the failures and handlings of the WHO over pandemic and crisis, especially from the COVID era.
Remember how the corona thing was actually exposed? You remember, you guys? Until now you lost your, most of you actually who were actually in it and so scared. When you got certain things being exposed to you, you're like, hey, why were they actually now preying on our minds? You lost actually the trust. It so happened so we can actually confidently talk about it.
The prophet captures how the corona crisis was exposed, leaving countries in questioning about legitimacy and operations of the WHO and whether the agenda driven by those scientists add sanity to humanity.
Scientists warn that the possibility of an H5N1 bird flu pandemic should be taken very seriously.
Even actually in your state, here, then actually started looking at, a certain guy, minister of health with the bad eyes. Hey, you guy, man. No, lost. Trust was actually lost. You understand?
He then outlines how Kenyans had caused an uproar to the Cabinet Secretary for Health at that time, questioning about the coronavirus pandemic.
And at the stroke of midday, former Health Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe walked in and took oath before the process kicked off.
I, Mutahi Kagwe.
His vetting exercise was characterized by questions on loss of COVID-19 funds during his tenure at the health docket at the height of the pandemic.
On vaccines, it is believed that you failed to account on the procurement of 1.6 billion worth of vaccines.
And the whole issue of the expenditure on vaccines, Mr. Chairman, is actually exaggerated, because 90% of the vaccines that we actually used in Kenya were donated.
Defended himself on the procurement processes.
The negatives, I take responsibility. The positives, I give credit to the team that was working at the ministry.
He walks in the footsteps of his father, the unmatched Prophet Elvis Mboni, preserving, aligning, and changing the course of nations, bringing to effect the rule and the will of God, one that brings sanity and prosperity amongst the people on the earth, crushing the systems of the enemy and delivering the nations unto the ways of God. We in awe esteem highly the supreme vessel of God, displaying unprecedented precision in the prophetic, and we in reverence accord double honor to the prophet of God, Prophet Ronie Kabwama.